When we look at deep space, we often think of radiation as an invisible, hostile force. Ultraviolet light, specifically, is something modern biology treats as a constant threat. On a cellular level, unchecked UV radiation operates as a destructive saboteur. It causes premature aging, drives cellular breakdown, and physically mutates our DNA, triggering the uncontrolled cell division we know as cancer. Yet astrobiologists have uncovered a glaring contradiction. The exact same stellar radiation that mutates human DNA today is the precise mechanism that assembled those sequences 13.5 billion years ago. The starlight-induced DNA blueprint hypothesis proposes that this destructive force was actually the original architect of biology itself. This connection shifts our perspective of the cosmic void, mapping a direct line from a distant threat to our own biological source. 13.5 billion years ago, the universe was a dark, lifeless expanse. For hundreds of millions of years, it was dominated entirely by cold, neutral hydrogen gas. Then, the universe's first stars ignited. This triggered the cosmic reionization era, flooding the surrounding cosmos with intense, unshielded ultraviolet light. That initial wave of starlight pierced through dense interstellar gas clouds and icy comets. Inside those bodies were simple, completely inactive organic compounds. When the raw UV energy struck these simple organics, it excited their internal electrons, increasing their chemical reactivity. This massive influx of energy physically cleaves the strong atomic bonds holding the molecules together, freeing individual atoms of carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus into the void. The continuous UV radiation then acts as a stabilizer, establishing new bonds and allowing these loose atoms to recombine into complex structures called nucleotides. The intense energy of those early stars operated as a universal chemical forge. It dismantled dead matter and reassembled it into the foundational ingredients required for biology. This stellar forge produced the specific building blocks of our genetic code: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. The ongoing radiation provided the exact energy state needed to lock these pieces together, assembling stable double helix structures. Once formed, these DNA-like chains generate electrostatic forces. Their dense phosphate groups give the entire structure a distinct electrical charge, turning the molecule into a microscopic cosmic magnet. Through this magnetic pole and targeted hydrogen bonding, the blueprint begins to actively sweep up surrounding atoms and molecules, drawing external matter into its orbit. These earliest DNA sequences functioned as active templates, using electrostatic force to organize the chaotic primordial soup into the first forms of life. Once formed, these blueprints hitchhiked across the universe, embedded deep within the ice and rock of comets and meteorites. The cosmic oceans hypothesis suggests these structures required a specific destination. They needed vast bodies of liquid water, whether suspended in space clouds or pooled on the surfaces of newly formed planets like early Earth. Liquid water served as the necessary catalyst. It provided a stable medium for these charged blueprints to float freely, attract local matter, and initiate the first stages of aquatic biology. Life on Earth represents a successful landing, biological seeds forged by stars and distributed by the cosmic ocean. For this newly formed aquatic life to eventually crawl out of the oceans and evolve on land, the planet needed a stable atmosphere. Early Earth's atmosphere acted as a physical shield. It protected emerging organisms from the full, destructive force of the UV radiation that had originally created them. This creates a specific biological requirement. We shielded ourselves from the stars, yet our biology still requires their direct input to survive, specifically to synthesize vitamin D. That stellar synthesized vitamin D regulates our cell growth and maintains healthy DNA repair. It serves as the body's natural defense against the cellular mutations that excessive UV exposure causes. Humanity exists in a highly calibrated equilibrium with the cosmos. Stellar radiation is our greatest environmental threat, yet it remains our continuous sustaining force. We are walking testaments to the universe's first stars, whose light wrote the very instructions for our existence. If you found this journey into our cosmic origins fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and return to MDU.